Diseases around the world are causing many different problems. Infectious diseases are defined as diseases that spread from person to person, such as Ebola and tuberculosis. Ebola is an infectious and generally fatal disease marked by fever and severe internal bleeding, spread through contact with infected body fluids by an Ebola virus, whose normal host species is unknown. More than 10,000 people have died from Ebola since 2014. Ebola is mainly found in West Africa. The 3 countries in Africa that are most affected by this disease is Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone. Ebola can infect individuals through unsafe burial practices and through unprotected sex. It is predicted that the virus can remain active in semen even 3 months after being treated from this disease. Studies are still being performed and evidence is still being gathered. It is advised that people practice safe sex for 3 months after recovery. Tuberculosis strands were spreading throughout Europe. Tuberculosis is a contagious bacterial lung disease that occurs mainly in areas of poverty and deprivation and spreads through warm, moist droplets of an infected individual. This disease targets young adults and children, especially in low and middle income families in 22 different countries. What makes tuberculosis so difficult to treat is the fact it has many different resistant strands floating around. The World Health Organization has reported that 1.5 million people have been killed by this disease. This disease is spread through areas of poverty in developed and non-developed countries. People in poverty also live in close proximity of other poor families. Both Ebola and tuberculosis are deadly diseases that mostly affect poorer countries and with lack of health care will kill many that live in poverty. Proper education, sanitation facilities, and healthcare access are what is going to help stop the spread of Ebola and tuberculosis. The Ebola outbreak has affected the employment rate in Liberia and remains high in agricultural work for men and self-employment for women. Food security is still an issue in Liberia from this disease. There are less older children attending school because they need to be working to help provide for their family. Without proper education, then these diseases will keep spreading throughout poverty-stricken areas. There is hope to finding a vaccine that can help stop the spread of Ebola. Beginning summer 2015, there will be further testing and humans will be introduced and given this new vaccine. Hopefully, improvements will be made, and with increased education and healthcare access, Ebola will become more manageable.
Created using Powtoon.